Hi there everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Krista here doing the weekly reading for the sign of Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is for the week of December 5th through December 12th. With the moon moving through Gemini this weekend, I'm going to be focusing your general reading around what you need to pay attention to. So this is a general reading for your sign. Whatever is most prominent in your life this week, I encourage you to take these messages and apply them to, and I hope that you find them helpful in healing. So what does Taurus need to pay attention to this week? So I do wait for jumpers. If you don't have time or you don't enjoy the shuffling, just look at the scroll bar for when the cards are laid down. It's usually around the 3-minute mark, and you can watch the reading then. These are slippery cards. But if you enjoy the shuffling, stick around. We're just looking for one more jumper. Nice. All right, Taurus. So with regard to what you need to pay attention to this week, we're looking at nature as your central position card, new beginnings as the influence to your current position, and then the probable outcome being focus, with the general energy being music. Really looking at issues of nature and the arts here, something that's beginning, perhaps a new appreciation here. Another way to read the nature card is also to state that you're looking at the human nature, or your human nature, or what we consider human nature, or we chalk up to that, but really is just habit, or really is just thoughtlessness or subconscious behavior. Sometimes subconscious behavior or habit starts to look like it's natural to us if we don't examine it. So if there's anything that you'd like to switch up, especially here with new beginnings as an influence to your current position, being nature or looking at natural tendencies here, you could be looking at a new, a sense of yourself in a new way, or a sense of behavior in a new light. You can see the light is shining on her face here. She's able to develop a new understanding about something here. So you're probably able to look at a sense of human nature or developmental nature of your own in a new light this week. On the other hand, it could be that you've are either undergoing or at least beginning to appreciate how important the natural world is to you. Spending time outdoors this week, or getting back in touch with the natural world, including natural cycles. Even remembering, for example, if you're waiting for something or stressed out about something, it's important to remember that everything does have a cycle, everything does have a time and a place. So if you do feel stressed out, if something does feel out of your hands in any way, a nice way to zen out about that is to say that things will work out in its own time, and to have some faith that it works out to your benefit. And here with focus is your probable outcome. This is a really lovely outcome card for you, because it basically just says we're going to focus on possibilities and benefits, as opposed to what could go wrong or trying to rush something here. Another curious thing about nature as well is that she has its own clock, and we have a calendar, and we want things to happen and work out and develop, especially if something's new for you. You might want to, hurry it along somehow. But with focus here, you can say, I accept this for what it is. I'm going to let it play out the way it's going to play out here, and have faith that it'll work out to my benefit. and to everyone's benefit. And I'm going to focus on the positives. I'm going to focus on possibilities. And also with new beginnings, gently easing its way into your week here, it might be nice to focus on what you'd like to begin developing as opposed to what you don't have direct control over. So if something is cyclical or has to take its own time, perhaps you could look at what you do have control over, what you can create or produce here in your own time or on your own calendar, and focus on that instead. And here with music as your general energy card, this is what I consider the arts card. This is a very artistic or expressive card. Yes, music could very well be very healing for you this week, but also the written word, anything having to do with the arts, sewing, baking, cooking, the domestic arts, the expressive arts, acting, dancing, parkour, for heaven's sakes. If you're a parkour artist, this is all artistry. Sports, it is that type of physical development can be considered an art, right? The medical sciences can be considered the arts. Buildings and architecture are considered art. So, however you're developing your artistic abilities this week, you're being asked to pay attention to what you can contribute uniquely to the world of the arts. And again, it doesn't have to be, a painting and you have to sell it for $1 million. That's not necessarily art anyway. That's business, right? That's different than art. Developing art is saying something, no matter what anyone says or does or thinks or pays or doesn't pay, it's important that you express, okay? And it can be very personal to you, and you share it with very few to no one, or it's something that you develop here and that you want to share with everybody. But the bottom line here, Taurus, is that the arts are going to play a large role as a general energy to a sense of new beginnings, and having being emboldened and being illuminated by a new beginning here for yourself, feeling that the natural world could be going too slow for your liking, or that cycles are going too slow, but trust that that is working in its own time, and to spend time in nature to understand that this is cyclical and it has to go this way, and to pay attention to what you can control here, okay? To focus on the positive, very specifically here. You want to focus on what you can create, and you might even find that by focusing on that, things move not at a faster pace necessarily, but that you're able to accept how things are moving, if it is cyclical or if there is a natural theme here in terms of the natural world having its own timetable. This is the fates. This is interesting to see for you, just because this is holding on to your star. This is really a calling, okay? There's another way to read this, is to say that you may have a calling this week. It could be having something to do here with the new beginnings, that you feel fated towards something, that something has come to your attention, you're illuminated by something that you've been in the dark about before. Again, there could be a theme around human nature, your own or someone else's, or sort of a macro nature, where you're sort of going to be examining this perhaps for the first time ever or in a long time. And like I said, I don't think you have to have any definitive outcomes around this yet. It could just be an exercise in looking at that. But in terms of feeling fated towards something here, this could be very exciting to you. Again, we're not looking at rushing anything. If you feel a call or a calling, or a pull in a certain direction, and it fills your heart somehow, Taurus, or it makes you appreciate yourself and your abilities more than anything else, it would be a really good idea for you to perhaps look into that a little bit more this week in particular, just because this is available to you. Your Fates card is available to you. It's where you could do your best, most highly spiritually advanced work this week. And we're just looking for one more jumper here. And let's pull from the center. Here we have hummingbird. This is joy. Really beautiful. I really feel here as though you may be coming into your own. You may be coming into your own element. I think this has much less to do with other people, even society, but certainly other people's expectations of you, including your own, of yourself, and more about what is pulling you, what is driving you, what is making you feel, what feels natural to you, right? Even if it feels like a little bit kind of out of control in a way. This could be very good for you to sort of sit with it and focus on the positives of it, particularly if this is an art theme, or if you're able to finally express yourself artistically. Again, it matters not in what field. The point is that it brings you joy, that you feel fated or pulled or compelled to do this, and that there is an element of being in your own nature and accepting that, and appreciating that. So Taurus, that is your reading for the week. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you have a moment, please comment below. I love hearing from you. If you are not subscribed to my channel already, you can do that today. And like my videos, if you enjoyed my reading for you today, I really benefit from that. So thanks so much. I hope to see you in the next video. Take excellent care of yourselves. Until then, bye for now.